This is level 4, so we have a lot of new advanced enemies. Basically, this is the last level in my opinion. We're gonna have all the complicated enemies. The gloves come off. The slime wizard is level guarded by 8 powered slimes. There's this confusing Jin, and then there is even worse, a bunch of obscurers. So this Cyclops is obscuring. This Stone Watcher is obscuring. This Ouroboros is obscuring, and then so to figure that all out, you should probably just go ahead and kill yourself and figure out all the new spawn rules. So most of these enemies, like this 7 guy, actually doesn't have any spawn rules, which is probably one of the trickiest part about him. But this 20 powered enemy does have a spawn rule. It's kind of similar to the Lich. He can only spawn on an edge. So as long as you're clicking anywhere that's not the complete edge, you should be relatively safe. As soon as you hit about 7 health because of these sprinkled in 7 powered, I think they're called fireflies. Yeah. This 8 powered enemy, this is called the Cyclops. We know him, we love him. He obscures 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tiles, only in the direction he is facing. And he is here in the top right. There should be usually, yep, bottom left. So now we know bottom, top right, bottom left, and then there's only I think 1 Stone Watcher. There should be 2, yeah. So there's 1 here in bottom right, and then there should be another in the top left. There he is. So they kind of work similar to the Demon Knights. They can only appear in the corners, and they can't appear on this vertical axis. Generally speaking, they don't appear on this horizontal axis either, and they actually can't appear too close to the edge. You can always go around them. As you can see, this is the furthest back he can be, and if you're stuck here, you can actually go around. Not to mention, their power indicates how much they generally obscure. So Cyclops will obscure 8 tiles, and this guy, the Stone Watcher, will obscure 12, which is pretty much the whole screen. As you can see here, this 5 powered Evil Eyes is obscuring in a 2 by 2. However, this guy is getting obscured, and this is from the new enemy 15 powered Checkered Evil Eyes. So he's got a bishop crown and he's checkering it up. That's not a good indication, I feel like. So let's go ahead and find him. There he is. Okay. He's kind of mixed in here, so he's going to obscure in diagonally, but he's works the same as the regular Evil Eyes. So he goes diagonal 1 and then diagonal another. So it actually ends up being a huge radius, and it's pretty annoying. This 14 powered Ouroboros is also very similar to Evil Eyes. He's got a 3 radius, I believe. The big problem though is that is a huge radius, 1, 2, 3. So I ended up nerfing it so that his very direct orthogonal is completely unobscured. So he's got a little bit of a donut, similar to the Checkered Evil Eyes actually. So both of these enemies, as long as you're like right next to them orthogonally, you should be able to find them pretty easily. There's this Gorgon. This Gorgon is actually really important because 25 power, that sounds impossible to get to, and that is true. But if you defeat every single brick that is surrounding her, so that would be 8 times 3, 24 health, you will kill her instantly because she loses all of her powers. You'll get a nice positive experience compared to most enemies, which only give experience equal to their power. One last thing to note is the snakes. The snakes are similar to Checkered Evil Eyes. They spawn from this little snake charmer, and boom, 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 they spawn in a diagonal fashion. It's a little tricky to find out which of the 4 diagonals and how long it is, but it's usually 4, and it all comes from that guy. One more thing is the Mimic Wall. It usually doesn't have any normal spawn rules. So normally a brick is next to a brick, next to another brick. So they're always like clustered together. Mimic Wall doesn't follow those rules. See, there it is. So he's just by himself, and you can tell he's a Mimic Wall by just saying that, wow, these numbers are really, really high. Otherwise, this is basically the same. There's a Balrog, just leave him alone. So let's try again. Unfortunately, because we're in Ascetic, this level is less about logic and more about strategy. So we might be guessing. Okay, so this looks like promising. We have to kill this guy just to see the numbers. Okay, so we do know that this is either like this could be the 15 power, this guy could be the 15 power. There's so many places that the 15 power could be that this doesn't tell us that much information. We do know if we click this, nothing will change because he's already obscured. So let's go ahead and click this. All right, we see that there is in fact a ton of mines. We do know it's probably not right next to us. At this point, I'm ready to give up and re-roll. So let's just go ahead and click stuff. Usually you want to click orthogonally because it reduces your chance of hitting like a Cyclops, a Stonewatcher, or a Demon Knight. We know the Demon Knight's over here, so we could try clicking this one. Okay, surprisingly, we did not blow up. All right, let's click one more time. Still didn't blow up, and there we go. So we were really just looking for this dragon egg. We probably would not have found it because of our strategy, and there's not much else we could have done. So let's just try again. Okay, we know there's a 4-4. We know these are not mines because there's a bunch of dudes. Unfortunately, they were all item chests, so nothing actually changed. 6, 10, so these three add up to 7. These two add up to 11. So at this point, pretty much despair mode right here. I would probably just try to click this and hope for a dragon egg. Okay, unfortunately, we did not find a dragon egg, but we didn't die, so that's pretty good. Pretty good odds that I die if I click one of these 4. So let's just go ahead and click something random. All right, even more odds now. At this point, I have, oh, never mind. Just click something random and it works out. So we know Lover's there. I think we have to because with 6 health, we're going to get to 7. We'll level up, but we won't get to 7 HP. So we're just, and we don't have any items to burn, so let's just go ahead. Okay. So that should get us to 7 as long as we manage to properly click stuff. So let's go ahead and try that. These two add up to 10. Okay. All right, we're pretty lucky. Let's try clicking again. All right, unlucky. So unfortunately, that was a 7. That was indeed a 9. Hey, there was in fact a chest. So we're going to keep trying this. Oh, finally. So this is probably the best strategy for an Ascetic, is to just click stuff randomly until you finally randomly stumble upon either the Slime Wizard or you stumble upon the Pied Piper. So let's just go ahead and click that. And this gives you a golden slime. This gives you a ton of XP, 1 health, 3 XP. And that helps you buy a bunch of time. Also helps you find a bunch of like safe spots as well, in case you just want that. Right, so these 3 add up to 2. Let's go ahead and find that egg. We did not find the egg, but we did find a bunch of safe spots, relatively speaking. So thanks to that snake here, it can't be diagonal here, and we've already revealed this stuff. So the snake has to grow this way, and that means one of these two is a 1. To add up to 9. It's pretty dangerous. Okay, so at this point, as long as I'm careful, I should be okay. Just don't take any risks at all. And thanks to these pizzas, thanks to this heart, and we've already found the lovers, we should be able to just safely level up and never actually have to take any risks. I say that, looks like I'm just gonna have to level up. These two add up to 7. So there could be a lover here. It's unlikely. Alright, I actually do have to take a risk. It's just how this game works. Oh, I'm very lucky. Oh, triply lucky. Uh-huh. Whoop, that was some bad math. Alright, so at this point, should be safe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we should be able to click this, get a huge boost out of that. Oh, we actually never did find that dragon egg. Alright, as soon as I hit 9 health, I'm just gonna go ahead and kill or defeat those two lovers. This is a 9? Really? Oh, it is. Means there's a 9 somewhere over there. Does make me worried. This is probably a mimic. Oops, I leveled up way too early there. So at this point I found he's probably right here. Yep. As you can see, once they're all defeated, you can safely click the Gorgon. So at this point, there are no more mines. We have 15 health. We can basically defeat any enemy as long as we don't just accidentally click something that's too high. And that's it.